All right, let's get an update then on this from our reporter Zanzou Mhlaba, who's tracking developments out around the story as well. Zanzou, why don't you just give us just pretty much the latest? We now know, of course, that at least 8 people are being looked for with regards to this. Revelations being brought forward by whether it was a bouncer yesterday of the club, the owners themselves having put out statements, etc. It seems to be all contorted. Won't you just make sense of it for us?
So, Arabile, what has been happening, or what is currently happening as we are talking to you right now, we are seeing law enforcement cordoning the area off right now. Remember, earlier on, we spoke about police presence, but also following that, we saw officials coming from the city of Tshwane, and of course, we saw the MMC of Health also arriving. So, before I bring in the MMC for Health, MMC Mashabela, I just want to give you those visuals there where we're seeing that police tape cordoning the area of MMC. If you can just step this side for me, gentlemen, can you just step aside so that we get the visuals of that tape which has been erected by police officials. So that usually happens when the area has been deemed or declared as a crime scene. So we'll get more details in terms of what this means. But for now, let me bring in the MMC of Health, MMC Mashabela, to give us her perspective. MMC, you're responsible for health in this district or in the city of Tshwane. Talk to us about your concerns and what are you here for, to look out for from your portfolio.
Thank you, Zanzou. Thank you so much. So we are here because we want to enforce bylaw enforcement, knowing very well that they are part of our clientele services. So what we have picked up today is that one of their trucks was here to come and offload alcohol, whereas the management of this establishment didn't want to come forward to meet with us for the official bylaw enforcement. So if you can see that we have the TMPD and the Chief of Police who have marked this area as a crime scene based on the visuals that we have received, but we have also spoke with the officials of the city that we need to probe in all 12 establishments that are run by Stephen and his crew. And we also have spoken to other stakeholders like your Department of Labor, because there's also alleged accusations of the fact that they do not comply within certain requirements in the labor aspect. This is not the first time whereby we had to have this kind of session with the owners of Zanzou. We once met with them in Main Lane in Babel, where they were accused of unfair discrimination with one of their employees. So there's a continuous pattern in terms of how they operate. And we have learned that they're only operating within the entertainment industry, whereby is mostly dominated by the youth. And you can know that Tshwane is a youth center. So we are going to also call that all 12 establishments of theirs need to be probed so that we do not leave any stone unturned. We're also going to call that their license certificates must be revoked until this matter of Zanzou is heard in the Human Rights Commission and is settled for the betterment of our people.
I mean, just listening to you saying you have engaged with the leadership of this establishment, do you have any clarity in terms of who really owns this clarity, or who have you been engaging with on behalf of this establishment?
I think we are just currently engaging with their runners, because we have not formally engaged with Stephen. We have engaged with the very same people that we engaged with at Babel, which we can safely say that they are just the by the way of this establishment, but not the real owners. But currently as the city, we are calling for the real owners of Zanzou and the entire 12 establishment to come and put the people of Tshwane into confidence that what is currently being said about this establishment, is it true or not true?
Thank you very much, MMC.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that's the MMC of Health here in the city of Tshwane, saying that they're here to look at the health aspect of the operations of this particular establishment. Also giving us more clarity now in terms of the purpose of the truck that was here earlier on. She is saying that it was here to offload, stock, and of course it was stopped and it drove off. So that's where we are at this point. We'll continue giving you updates as they unfold here outside the Zanzou establishment in Pretoria.